What is going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today I actually had someone message me on YouTube and they watched a couple of my videos and they asked, hey man, what are you using for your build to make these videos? So here it is. Ask and you shall receive. This is my setup at home. This is my workstation. It's not only for video editing and production, but I also used it being pretense. I used to be into PC gaming very heavy, and as of late I've really took a step back, but that's where I harbored all of this equipment from. Its original purpose was I was playing online competitive games like Counter-Strike, like CS Source. I came back from CS 1.3, yada yada yada. Used to do a lot of competitive gaming. Now I don't. Maybe one day I'll get back into it, but here we go. So we'll kind of start from right to left and we'll get to everything. So over here we have a Yeti condenser mic. It's a great mic. I currently don't use it because my house is very small and I'm in the living room doing my processing, so it picks up everything. It's so sensitive that for the time being I'm just not using it, but it is a great mic. It picks up everything, so be aware of that. If you guys decide to get one, definitely get the software you need to kind of change the leveling and make sure to get some type of sound insulation. Like, an office is fine, but for me, since I'm in the living room, it picks up everything. I have people in and out, so it just doesn't make sense at this time. But anyways, that's the microphone. I have two mice. The one that I'm currently using right now is the Zowie FK2 all white. It's a great gaming mice, or gaming mice, I can't even speak. It's a great gaming mouse, but also just overall it's very clicky and tactile. I love it, and it's a very small form factor. It's an ambidextrous mouse, so you can be left or right-handed, doesn't matter. But the thing I like about ambi mouses is that it's just the way that it breaks for your wrist. For me, it's super comfortable, and that's what I prefer since I'm on the computer like all day, whether I'm at home, at office, working from home, or if I'm actually in the office working in IT. It's just a great feeling mouse. I also have as a backup a SteelSeries Sensei mouse. I love SteelSeries products. This is no different. It's the same concept. It's an ambidextrous mouse, and it's just very tactile and clicky, and it performs very good. The Zowie mouse requires no software. It's just plug and play, and you control your sensor and the sensitivity setting for it right here at the bottom. You just push the button and it changes colors, and that's how you indicate what sensitivity that you're at. The SteelSeries one, there's a button here at the top, and you can program it. It does require SteelSeries software, but once you get that going, it's pretty seamless, and their software is really good, so I highly recommend it. It's a great product. Moving to the keyboard, I'm using a Logitech Pro TKL keyboard. It is wired, it's got a braided cable, uses a micro USB connection, and it uses its own proprietary switches. They are Romer Gs. How they feel, it's a mechanical keyboard, and it feels kind of like a tighter version of MX Cherry Red, but not as heavy as MX Cherry Brown, so it's kind of like the middle for me. I absolutely love it. It works great for typing and gaming and any type of production that you're doing, so for me it's a very universal keyboard. It's not going to be the same for everyone, but I absolutely love it. It doesn't have the numpad there. For gaming purposes, I didn't think that little extra space would make a difference until I got this. It totally does for me, so to each their own. I think it's a great keyboard though. Again, Logitech, they require their software. Once you put their software on your computer, you can control all the lighting profiles, custom keybinds, etc., etc. So you need that software in order to unlock the full capability of the keyboard, but it is great. And the sound signature on it it's pretty tactile, but it's because the keys bottom out, which causes it to be a little bit loud, but it's not bad, and it's very gratifying to type on, so a great keyboard. Over here we have the monitor that I'm using. I'm using an Asus monitor. It is the MG248QR. It's a gaming monitor. It's 144 Hertz by 1 millisecond. What that means to me is that it's just super smooth, so anything moving fast on the screen, again, I used to play FPS games, so super smooth, very, very low latency, so it's just a great monitor. You can do better if you're doing production though, like video editing. you know, there are different screens out there that you can get better colors. This doesn't get the best colors. It's more of a bright washed out look, but it's still high quality to me. It's 1080p high definition resolution. But again, depending on what you're doing, this is a great utility monitor for me, because you can game and you can also do production, and it's fine. But there are better options out there specifically for video editing if you so seek it. They're usually a little bit more pricey, but again, it just depends on the combination of like the refresh rate of the monitor, the quality of it, and that's where you're going to pay the price at. So moving on, you have this webcam. I don't really use it anymore, but it's a Logitech. It's a 1080p. I forget the actual model number of this. Doesn't say at the bottom. No, it doesn't. But anyways, it's a really solid webcam. Gosh, what was I using this for? I was using it for Twitch. When I was streaming on Twitch, this is what I used it for. And it was great. It still holds solid to this day. So a great purchase there. And then moving on to, we'll start here at the tower now. So the tower is a Corsair 570X crystal case. It is really solid. It's pretty heavy, even without the components in there, but it's a great quality build, and there's a lot of spacing, so that way you get a lot of good airflow. And if you're into cable management, it's great. You have so many different channels along the back that you can route, and then it does have the glass panels on all sides except for the back exit. But it is a beautiful looking case. Housed inside, I'm using SP120 case fans from Corsair. They are the RGB fans. You find one in the back, 2 in the top, 3 in the front, and so that's what, 3, 4, 5, 6 fans, 6 case fans, and then I have 2 fans mounted on my radiator. I'm using an NZXT Kraken X52 AIO water cooler, and you can see there the NZXT logo. That mirrored finish that sits on the CPU block is just an amazing looking finish. But it does serve a purpose. I needed an AIO because the power plant in this computer right now is an Intel Core i7 7700K Kaby Lake processor, so it is unlocked and it is overclocked. I think the standard is like 4.2, I want to say, but I got it pushed to close to 5, if not 5. I don't remember the build right now. And then I also have the 2 sticks of RAM. They're G.Skill Trident Z RGB sticks. They're overclocked to 3200 megahertz. They work great. It's 16 gigs in total, 8 gigs each stick, and it's more than enough for what I need for now. Would I love more? Yes, but do I feel like you need more? Absolutely not. It's enough power for me and for what I'm doing. For the graphics card, I'm using an Asus ROG 1080. The graphics card is great. I have a TI that I put in another build, and between the two, you know, the TI obviously is going to provide much more power as far as your GPU capability, but this 1080 does more than enough. It's a great workhorse, so I didn't see the need to put it in here. I wanted this to be as low power consumption as possible. And what's cool about these builds nowadays is that you can get nicer components, but they sip on electricity, so it's cool. You don't really need as big of a power supply. My previous build, I had an 850 watt. Right now I'm just using a 650 watt, and it powers everything. This is all connected to an Asus Z270E motherboard, and it works great. Really easy to do, really easy to build, guys. So like if you're looking to do a computer up for whether it's just at home work, school, gaming, or even video production, really consider having a computer built for you or building your own. There's a lot of tutorials out there on how to do it, and it's really not that hard. And you can get great value as far as your components and your processing power compared to just buying a computer at, let's say, your local Best Buy or online retailer. Now, I will say that there are some nice retailers out there though that will customize a PC and build it for you. I'm not against doing that, but I am against some brands taking advantage of you guys. So like, and I'm not going to try to hate on it too much because that's not what this is all about, but a prime example would be Dell Alienware computers. You're paying a lot more for the name than what you're getting. But I do understand that if you're not comfortable with building these on your own, or you don't have anyone, an outlet to either learn or to have help with, you know, you don't want to mess something like this up. So I completely understand if you're getting that. you know, that pre-built purchase from like Alienware or something like that. I just strongly suggest search for different brands out there. I know like iBuyPower is one of them, and there's a handful of them. Zydex, they make good PCs as well, so just make sure to look around, do your research so you get a great deal and good value. You don't want to spend your hard-earned money on something that you could have got like 10 times as much, but you bought the name. Let's go to the headphones now. We're pretty much at the end of this video. I'm using SteelSeries Arctis 7s. They are wireless, they are great. They are surround sound capable, though I don't use that feature. I don't like the 7.1, but they are noise canceling and they isolate you, so you can really just focus on your work when you have them on, or whether you're that or gaming. And then same thing here on the side here, I have the Sennheiser HD 120s. No, they're not 120s, sorry. They're HD 280 Pros. This particularly, I'm using it because if I forget to recharge my Arctis 7s, I'll switch to this because it's just a 3.5 millimeter connection, just hook it up to the computer. They sound great. I didn't get these for the purpose of doing video production. I merely had these already because I used to be in a band and write and create music, so when we're recording, I wanted a pair of headphones that I could do my recording with, and I didn't like sharing headphones. So there you go, that's why I have them, and they work great, so they're both good solutions, and that is my build. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please like it. If you loved it, please subscribe. I really appreciate your support, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.